The story is actually written in my first book called Haunted Hawaiian Nights. And it's a first-hand experience from someone who trusted me enough to sit down and relate a story face to face. As the story goes, the young woman said that she never got along with her mother's cousin. They were actually arch enemies for a long time. When she was graduating school, there's the big ceremony where you stand at a certain place, people gather around you, and they festoon you with lei after lei after lei. That's the same thing that happened to this young girl. What she didn't know is that her mother's cousin, who she hated, actually had sent a lei, a nice, beautiful purple cigar lei. Her mother got a hold of it. And because the daughter wasn't paying attention and she's just bedecked with so much uh, lei, the mother comes up behind her and places the purple cigar lei. She says that night they went to a club to dance called The Point After. And of all the leis she could have chosen, the most fragrant, the most beautiful, she chose the purple cigar lei. And she says, as she danced throughout the night, periodically she would have to do this to the back of her neck and sort of go like this, because it felt like, she said, the finger slowly digging into the back of her neck. The following morning, she asked to go to Queen's Hospital for surgery on her ear. The surgery is successful, and when she comes out of the anesthesia, the doctor is there and says, you can go ahead and take a shower, but make sure you cover your ears with a shower cap. And she said, that's exactly what I did. Take a shower, go back to bed, lie down, use the shower cap. When my doctor walks into the room, he takes one look at me and he starts screaming at me. I thought I told you to use a shower cap. And she says, I did. Then why is your hair soaking wet? And it's soaking wet. She says, oh, this is strange. And the doctor leaves and she goes into the bathroom to dry her hair out, and she does. And then as she begins to comb and brush the hair out, it gets stuck somewhere in the back. And she gets a handheld mirror, holds it behind her like this, and sees a little knot. And as much as she tries to brush it out, uses conditioner or baby oil, the knot won't become undone. That night she has terrible nightmares that she can't remember. And periodically, throughout the night, she wakes up because of the feeling of a finger slowly digging into the back of her neck. It goes on like this for several weeks. And every time she goes to brush the back of her hair, the knot gets bigger and bigger until it takes the shape of a box. And she says it also now has taken on this woven pattern. She says, you know, like the lauhala basket. I said, in your hair? She says, yes. Scissors don't work. Conditioner won't soften it and make it come out. Nothing seems to work. And the knot of hair continues to get bigger in the shape of a box with the woven pattern. And every night she has horrible nightmares she can't remember. And every night, the digging of the finger in the back of the neck. Finally, she says they get a hold of a kahuna who used to live in Paua Valley. And he comes to the young girl's house. And when he looks at her, the first thing he says is, did you receive something from someone who doesn't like you? She says, no, I can't think of anybody. He says, are you sure? Did anybody give you a gift, a card, some clothes, or even a lei? She thinks, well, you know, I just recently graduated and I got lots and lots of leis, and they're over there. And they're still draped over the chair, the kitchen table. And the woman says, as she's looking at the leis on the kitchen table, they're all old, faded, brown. But she notices that the purple cigar lei is still brand new. as new as the first time she got it. And she says, Mom, that purple cigar lei, who gave me that one? And the mom confesses, well, I knew if I told you who gave you the lei, you'd throw it away. And it's such a beautiful lei. So I just put it on you the night of your graduation without you knowing. It's from my cousin, the one you don't like. Oh, the kahuna says, okay, okay. Get me a cast iron frying pan and a bucket. Bucket? What for? You'll see. I'm going to now cut off the knot of hair from the back of your head. And then they begin to offer him a scissors. He says, no, no need. From his small bag, he pulls out a piece of wood. Lashed around the tip is a shark's tooth. And he grabs the box of hair like this and then comes right off. When a scissors or knife couldn't do it. Then he puts it in the frying pan, a little bit of lighter fluid, lights it. It doesn't burn right away. In fact, it takes a while. Eventually, it begins to melt into the texture of molasses. And while the hair is burning slowly, the girl who is given the cursed lei is thrashing around on the couch, feverish, her eyes rolling over white, her throat getting large, bubbling out like this. And in the bucket, she throws up blood. Finally, the box of hair is melted, it's gone, the girl is fine. All the kahuna says is that it's been sent back, and there's no need to worry about anything. The person who's telling me the story says a year later she's at a family reunion somewhere on the Big Island. Big party, everybody's there. And from across the room comes the mother's cousin running up to her. Oh, how are you? Congratulations. And the girl says she grabs the mother's cousin by the hands like this and throws it down and says, no touch me. I know it was you and give me that lei. And you would curse him. But I don't accept it. The person says, the cousin turns around, walks off. Fine then. All the hair in the back of the head of that cousin is gone. And on the back of her neck are these deep gouge marks that look like it was left by a finger.